Just how bad were the Reds today?
Awful. You know, 4-0 loss for me is just not good enough for Liverpool and where they're at right now. And we'll talk about the game itself and how big a game it was for both football clubs, Manchester City and Liverpool. You talk about what Manchester City are going through in the season and chasing Arsenal and just winning the League Cup. And Liverpool, on the other side of it, with Arne Slot, with his future that's been questioned throughout the entirety of this season and how big a game it is. And would an FA Cup win, or going on to win the whole FA Cup, would have saved Arne Slot's future as Liverpool manager. So both clubs had a lot at stake in this one. And for Liverpool to lose in the manner of which they did, it's not great. And you'd have to say now Arne Slot is going to be under a tremendous amount of pressure to keep his job as Liverpool manager.
A lot of people point at the scoreline, and that was awful, 4-0, as you've said. But they didn't actually start the game too badly, Liverpool. They had the early opportunities. We saw Mo Salah miss that early chance. They didn't take those chances. The minute City scored the first goal, the penalty for Erling Haaland, then mentally they just fell apart. Is the issue for Liverpool at the moment just a mental frailness?
I think there's a lot of issues at Liverpool right now. You talk about the mentality standpoint, but Adam, football's 90-plus minutes. As professional football players, we've been taught that from a very young age. Yes, you can start the game well, but at the end of the day, what people look at is the scoreline. You lost to one of your biggest rivals right now. When you talk about the modern game of the Premier League and clubs that are winning things, you lost to Manchester City 4-0. That's what fans are going to see. And after that first goal went in, you would have to say Liverpool did collapse. Mentally, they're not there. Maybe you now have to start questioning, are these Liverpool players buying into Arne Slot and playing into Arne Slot? Because that's not what the club is about. That's not been the foundation of Liverpool Football Club. And it just wasn't good enough. And sometimes you'd have to even question Arne Slot now in his team selection. Does he know his strongest team? And when you look at Liverpool recently in their recent run, I still don't think as a manager he knows his strongest team in what to put out depending on the opposition. So I would say just on the performance alone, not just the scoreline, you do start to question now whether these players are really still buying into the manager, which puts him under more pressure.
Arne Slot's position at Liverpool appears increasingly untenable after the humiliating 4-0 FA Cup quarter-final defeat to Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium on Saturday, April 4, 2026. Erling Haaland's hat-trick, including a controversial 39th-minute penalty, along with Antoine Semenyo's strike in the 50th minute, exposed the Reds' defensive vulnerabilities and lack of intensity in a one-sided contest that left fans and pundits calling for change. In the aftermath, Slot once again took full responsibility, admitting the performance fell well short of Liverpool standards. Many observers now believe Slot cannot save his job anymore. The heavy loss marked another low point in a deeply disappointing season that has seen the Reds eliminated from Europe earlier, struggle in the Premier League outside the top four, and face the imminent departure of Mohamed Salah. Recurring issues, late concessions, poor ruthlessness, and inability to compete against elite sides, have piled pressure on the Dutch manager despite significant summer investment. Pundits and fans have grown vocal, with chants for Xabi Alonso emerging and speculation intensifying that the hierarchy views the next fortnight as critical. While Fenway Sports Group has shown public support and Slot remains involved in summer planning, the sense of inevitability around a managerial change is growing. Slot insists he is committed to fighting until the end, but the 4-0 thrashing has left many convinced that his time at Anfield is running out fast. Liverpool now face a daunting run-in where Champions League qualification looks the only lifeline, yet confidence in a turnaround under the current boss is fading rapidly. Please like and subscribe.